Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. If I'm audible, please tell me. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So should I wait for some time or we can start? Should we wait for some time or should I start? Yes. Okay. We'll wait for some time. Hmm. Okay. Fine. We'll start now. Am I audible? Fine. Please respond, someone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we'll discuss. Can anyone tell what can you see in this picture? Any guess? Anyone? Anyone? Tell me what you are seeing. Any degree,
Conjunctival
any
hemorrhage.
difference? Okay. So we are today will discuss subconjunctival hemorrhage. Okay. So this is very important for your two point of view. Either in theory paper you will get a short note. Okay. And in practical exam, 50% of the people you will get this as a short case. Okay, definitely. In practical exam, you will have one long case, two short case. Okay, so in short case, you will get subconjunctival hemorrhage will be there, 50% chance. Okay, so we'll discuss as a two point of view, as a practical purpose and for your theory purpose. Okay, so how will define a subconjunctival hemorrhage? We define as the simple. It is a hemorrhage which occurs when a tiny blood vessels break just underneath the clear surface of conjunctiva. Okay, let me on the power play. Okay, it's fine. Now, what are the causes? Okay, so there are many of causes, but we have to see one most common cause is the trauma. Okay, so trauma, which maybe which we are inducing, like the iatrogenic, or they mean the local trauma. Okay, I mean local trauma to the due to the surgery and subcutaneous injection when you are giving the perivalvular block or retrovalvular block. Okay. Now there we can have a retrovalvular hemorrhage. When we are giving a block, then that time it can blood can seep into subconjunctival and it called retrovalvular hemorrhage. Okay. Second is the inflammation of conjunctiva. So in case it's associated with the hemorrhagic conjunctivitis, then in that case we will see some petechial subcutaneous hemorrhage. Okay. Third is the sudden venous congestion of head. In what case? If there is rise in the pressure, okay, sudden rise in pressure, then it will cause the rupture of the conjunctival capillaries. A small, very small capillary, it will rupture and it will cause the subconjunctival hemorrhage. In case where the sudden rise in pressure occurs when you are taking cough, when there is a fit, epileptic fits, if there is strangulation or compression of jugular vein. In that case, there will increase in sudden pressure and it will cause the rupture of the conjunctival capillaries. Sometimes it may occur due to the rupture of the fragile capillaries. Okay, in the age rated, when people is older, then the vessels become fragile, such as due to the diabetes mellitus, hypertension, arteriosclerosis. In that case, the vessel will rupture spontaneously. This may cause. Other cause the local vascular anomaly like aortic telangiectasia, varicosities, aneurysm. or there is some angiomatous tumor associated with the other ocular tissue. Okay, then we have the blood discrepancies like anemia, leukemia, dysproteinemia. These are associated. You may not find it. If there is a bleeding disorder in the hemophilia, purpura, scurvy, in that case, we'll find that it is so fragile that with a sudden, it can increase spontaneously. The subconscious hemorrhage will can occur. In case of acute febrile systemic infections like typhoid, malaria, dengue, scarlet fever, measles, this subconscious hemorrhage can be seen. In dengue can be especially seen, typhoid, malaria, etc. Now, what are the clinical feature? If you see, the patient will not complain, have any complaint, but he may feel of the foreign body sensation, okay, and other things. The patient will complain of the associated disease. What we have discussed today, this all causes this can be associated. Okay, on examination we will see it looks as a flat sheet of homogeneous bright red color with a well-defined limit. Okay, if the posterior limit is visible, then it definitely to the local trauma. Okay, and if you cannot find the posterior limit of the subconscious hemorrhage, then it may be due to the injury to the orbit or to the head injury. Okay, so what will happens to the subconscious hemorrhage? Generally, most of the time it will self-reabsorb spontaneously within 7 to 21 days. Generally 3 weeks it takes, and it resolves spontaneously. Okay, and during absorption the color might changes from bright red to orange and then yellow finally. Okay, and if you see in some severe cases we have so much subconscious hemorrhage associated with the chemosis, and especially with the head injury or a trauma, severe trauma. In that case, due to the severe congestion chemosis, there is subconscious hemorrhage there. So finally it will leave some pigmentation, okay, after absorption. So till now we have discussed the causes, okay, clinical features, signs, symptoms, and what are the courses. So in exam we may be asked what are the differential diagnoses. Okay, so if we are seeing obvious case of traumatic subcutaneous hemorrhage with the history, then it is obviously traumatic. If but there is no history of trauma, then in that case we have to see the many associated causes which are discussed, and we have to find whether this is can be conjunctivitis, episcleritis, scleritis, there can inflamed pterygium, and keratitis, the anterioritis or acute angle glaucoma or etc. So how will you differentiate with all of them? Okay, in case of conjunctivitis, the patient comes, then you'll find the upper bulbar and the palpebral and bulbar. Both conjunctiva will be congested, okay, in conjunctivitis. And conjunctivitis is associated with generally discharge, maybe watery discharge, purulent discharge, okay. Because conjunctivitis is involved the diffuse congestion of the blood vessels of the conjunctiva, okay. So it is a, in subconjunctival hemorrhage, it is a actually localized, will have definite border, well defined. But in the conjunctivitis, the redness is there. Whole bulbar conjunctiva is red. Okay, will not find a particular localized. In episcleritis, it is localized definitely. Okay, but in episcleritis and scleritis, you have to first differentiate whether it is subconscious hemorrhage, because in episcleritis generally the prominent blood vessels over the sclera that is congested. So if you put a tropical phenylephrine drop, then after 5 minutes you will see that the dilated vessels seen in the episcleritis will be constricted. So the congestion will disappear. Okay, but in scleritis it will not disappear. In scleritis the congestion is there, maybe localized, maybe nodulous episcleritis, sectoral, diffuse, but that will associate with the pain. Okay, and that will associate with it, you will find a history of joint pain, recurrent, okay, rheumatoid arthritis, like that. In inflamed pterygium, you'll find there will be obvious there will be pterygium which will be inflamed or congested, okay. So obvious lesion will be find. In keratitis, the corneal lesion will be seen. There will be infection, and that may lead to the subconjunctival hemorrhage. Actually, not subconjunctival, it is appears that subconjunctival hemorrhage. So because of the congestion, it will be mimic. In case of enterovitis, there is typically ciliary congestion, okay, and associated with that there will be pain, photophobia. In slit lamp, we will find the anterior chamber, the cells there, flare is there, okay. So in enterovitis, there is a typically ciliary congestion or diffuse congestion, but in the subconjunctival hemorrhage, it will be localized. You'll find the left side, right side, upper, lower, just like the picture we saw. And in acute angle closure glaucoma, there may be associated with this redness, but in that case, you will find there is intense photophobia will there. There is pain, associated pain will be there, and raised IOP will be there. Okay, so this all will help to differentiate it from the subconjunctival hemorrhage. Because in subconjunctival hemorrhage, there is no pain, there is no rise of IOP, there is no anterior chamber inflammation, and there will no associated infection related. Okay, so as per treatment, what we have to do, we have to find the cause. If there is traumatic, then we have to assure the patient that it will go self-resolve. So you have to just assure the patient. Otherwise, the patient will become apprehensive. They will come again after 1 week. They will tell this rate is not going. What will do? What will do? Huh. So you have to assure this. Okay, you can give a tear substitute drop. And initial days you can go the cold compress, and after 2 to 3 days you can advise for the hot compression. But this is not advised. Only tear substitute is given, and is placebo therapy, and it will resolve spontaneously. Okay. Now. So, Joe, see the first picture you are seeing. This is also subconjunctival hemorrhage. You have a well-defined border, okay, and this is in the inferior conjunctiva, okay, also localized. And in this, you can see here well localized. In this, you can confuse with the episcleritis, scleritis, but generally it will, after applying drop with the phenylephrine, it will vessel will constrict and it clear. If it's clear, then it's episcleritis. If not, it's scleritis. And how will differentiate with the subconjunctival hemorrhage? So in scleritis, you will not file this well-defined border, okay, and they will associate with the pain. In this case, will be no pain, and associated with the joint pain, other anterior chamber inflammation can be seen, okay. So we have completed subconjunctival hemorrhage. It will come as a short note. You can write all this, and you will get good, and you may get as a short case, okay. So anyone have any doubt, please ask. Tell me. Anything you want to discuss, anything you want to ask? Anyone, tell me anything you want, or anything you want to discuss me on the next class after when I will take class. Then you can tell me the topic, then we can discuss that topic. Tell me anything you want to ask, or we'll end up. Am I audible or not? Tell me. Okay.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, so if you will not ask anything, then next class, not this week, after when I will take class, then you can tell me, message me, your class representatives, you will tell me, and we'll discuss that topic which you will decide, okay? Or I will see, otherwise I will see what I have to discuss next time. Okay, if you don't have any doubt, then we'll wind up. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, tata.
Thank you, sir.